Hello, everybody. I am just trying to get my cord out of the way here. Sorry, you guys. All right. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? All right, for those watching, well, a couple people are here now, but those of watching later, I am going to kind of just talk about the way that I try and do create a focal point on my projects. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? So I am going to kind of go over some projects and answer any questions or anything. I'll wait a couple minutes. Just looks like you might be the only one in here right now, Stephanie. There was quite a few just before I started. They probably figured that I would be 5-10 minutes late in true Tiffany fashion. And I am not 100% prepared like I wanted to be. I was working on a project all day yesterday and trying to edit the video so I could put it up tomorrow. So if you have any questions, Stephanie, regarding, building a focal point, let me know. Hi, Terry. How are you? Hi, Merrick. I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Marek or Merrick? If you guys have any questions, yes, you are very pretty, Terry. Then let me know so that I can answer them. So I'm going to be talking about building up a focal point. And I do want to say this is the way that I do it. And it's taken me a lot of years to figure out how I want to do things and what works for me, my workflow, and how I want my projects to look. Everybody's different. So just, I guess, take everything I say with a grain of salt. If you do things differently, perfectly fine. There's a million ways to do things. But I do get asked quite a lot how I, like what I do to get my focal point, or how do I choose my composition and things like that. So I thought I would kind of talk about that today. Hi, June. How are you? Thanks for joining. All right, so I have some projects here that hopefully there will be a good example. And I chose different types of projects as well. Hi, Kim. How are you? Yes, a Tuesday live. So I am going to be going live Sundays and Tuesdays. Tuesdays might get a little tricky only because of my kids being at a rec program, like a summer rec program. And I didn't think that there was swim days for the Tuesday, Thursday, but there is, and it's on Tuesdays. So if I choose to not have them go to the pool, then I have to pick them up around noon, which could work. I just have to not be on for hours on here. So yeah. All right. So hi, Monica. How are you? Hi, Anika or Arika. Anika. Sorry, I don't have my, oh, there's my glasses. Hi, Mary. All right. Let me get my glasses on so I can see the chat a little bit clearer without squinting. All right. Hi, Anuska. I hope I'm saying it right. Hi, Nicole. All right, so we're going to get into it. Hi, Denise. I'm going to be talking about building up a focal point or figuring out what your focal point might be, finding your composition. And again, this is how I do things. There is a million ways to do it. And if you want to achieve sort of like the same look as me, then I'm just going to show you how I do it. Obviously, again, there is a million ways to do things. I don't want to come off like this is the only way, because it definitely isn't. This has just, I've been doing it for 10 years and I finally have figured out a good workflow for me and how I kind of choose where I want things and placement and how much to add and when to stop, because I know that is hard for some people too, is just when to stop. Somebody had commented saying that they were happy because I'm doing this because they just don't know when to stop adding things, and then they end up getting too much on their project. So hopefully I can help in some way, and let me know if there's any questions. Hi, Mary. Hi, Malin. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hi, Desiree. All right, so we're going to talk about a few different projects first. So as you could see on this one, well, I guess I could talk about the steps that I go through. So first, you want to lay down like gesso, and then after that, if you do any stamping, then you want to do some stamping. And you have to keep in mind your composition. So for this one, I knew that I wanted it to be more towards the right side of the tag and in the center of the tag. So that's where I focused where I wanted like my stamping, and then the all of the texture paste and everything off of that part, if that makes sense. I don't know if that isn't making any sense right now. And then after that, I started building up. So in order to get your focal point and to find your composition, you need to start building your layers. And with mixed media, it is all about layers. At least this type of mixed media. There is tons and tons of different styles of mixed media, but the style that I do. So again, gesso, stamping, texture paste, and I used a stencil. And then after that, I added some cheesecloth and then some lace. And then you could start building up flowers and all of these other embellishments. Like I have a mold piece here, like a clay piece, and then some embroidery thread. And then after all of that is done, then you can start adding like the final touches and like the last little bits that just kind of bring everything together. And I'm going to be talking about that more in a video tomorrow. How when I add like the art stones, or like there's like these beads here and little bits of like jewels, or these are like some metal pieces, just little things that just kind of bring everything together. So I have the beads coming from the flower onto the tag and kind of like spreading out that way. And then same thing here. So I have them up here, coming down here. It just kind of grabs everything and just pulls everything all together. And then the focal point really wasn't necessarily the title. It was more just like the flowers, I guess. And then I personally like white space, and I think that helps with building up your focal point. So for me, I wanted it to be darker and then have some white space on the sides here. So I hope this is making sense. No one's really chatting. So that was that one. And then you have ones like, I thought I grabbed it. Oh, where did it go? Well, I guess I'll do this one. All right. So, and then there's something like this. So again, you have a square. I like to mix and match shapes. I think it really looks cool and gives different, a different interest to the project. So I added a circle clock piece here. And then these are just some wood, twigs. Yeah. And then, so I was building up the focal point for the title here. Whoops. And so you start flat and then you kind of build up and up and up, depending on, again, your composition you want and what you want to add to your project. It's kind of actually, it's hard to explain, to be honest. I thought, oh, that'll be easy to explain. But now that I'm trying to explain it, it's actually really hard because, like I said, I've been doing this for, well, I haven't been doing mixed media for 10 years, but over the years, I found what works for me, what I like, what techniques I like, what my workflow is, things like that. So I think over time you will build up your own style and what you like and how your projects will look. And again, this is not, my way is not, it's not my way or the highway kind of thing. It's just what works for me, and hopefully some of the tips will work for you. You're paying close attention. Okay, good. I'm glad. All right. Eating lunch. Oh, yeah. Eat your lunch, Kim. My biggest struggle is white space. I've been practicing on that for 2 years. Well, this one really doesn't have any white space. I highlighted with white, but it doesn't really have white space. I think, so I really like these as an example for white space. And to be honest, this is a workshop that you can take. But I don't recall if I talked about leaving white space in the workshop or not. This was from a couple years, last year? Was it last year, I think? I don't remember, but, well, not 2019? Not 2018, but 2017. Okay, so Terry crafting as I watch doing, ooh, awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I think what helps in leaving white space is to build up your layers, build up your all of your embellishments, and then add your color. And then what I like to do is just take the nozzle or even just a really thin paintbrush. So I don't like to spray because then you're going to get so much on there and you're not going to know what to do with it. So that's what I like to do, is just kind of touch here and there with the color. And then that helps with creating that white space. Let's see. I wasn't going to show this project just yet because it's for tomorrow, but I think I will, just because, again, it shows a little bit of white space, and I guess I broke my rule on doing this. Doing the layers first and then the color, because I added color and then all of my layers and then more color. So this project is going to be for tomorrow, but I do have some white space here and a little bit of white space here. So I did end up using gesso, and then I used some crackle paste and some paper texture paste with a stencil, and then I added the color. And it is a little bit hard to add gesso over it when it's done to to get more white space. I like to actually use the picket fence spray. That really works if you feel like you have too much color. This is just, I feel really weird talking about it, but I felt like I don't like pictures, to be honest, and I don't take a lot of pictures of myself unless they're with my kids, and I always use a Snapchat filter, and this one was just me being silly, and Abby said, "Are you going to use that one?" And and I thought, you know what, I will. And when I was doing the project, I felt like it was a project for like self-love and self-acceptance and just accepting yourself just how you are. And I know women in general, I think, have a hard time doing that. So I don't know. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in the video tomorrow. But yeah, so that's why it's me. I'm not conceited or in any way or anything. I just feel like, yeah. So, all right. I'm just stuck. I have invested hundreds, but haven't started yet. What type of projects do you want to do, Desiree? Because there is so many different types of steampunk. Okay, are you talking about kind of like this? This is, I don't know if this is considered steampunk. I'm not too familiar with steampunk, but okay. So you haven't started yet. Maybe start simple first. So just take a canvas or maybe some cardstock and lay down some black gesso and maybe some modeling paste, a little bit of modeling paste, and then add the Art Alchemy wax over it. And then you can kind of try and build up your what you want to do. If that makes sense. So I think trying out techniques, I know, I don't know if a lot of you are card makers, but Justine Hovey has like the greatest class going on right now. It's like an open-ended class. I think she said like 2 videos a month or something like that. And it's like the most brilliant idea ever. She is doing like this binder, and what she's going to do is concentrate on techniques. So you have a binder and then you have each technique in the binder, so you can go back and kind of flip through it and things like that. That might be something that you could do with mixed media techniques. And then if you're like, oh, I don't know where to start, like this project, I really wanted to do it. I didn't know where to start. So what I did was I went and I searched Instagram, and Nadia, if you don't know who she is, I think there's 2 Nadias, if I'm not mistaken, but I will have her, the video linked tomorrow. She used these colors and it just turned out beautiful. These colors aren't necessarily what I would use on a regular basis, but I find that when I stretch my creativity and I do something outside my normal, then it inspires me even more to do something else, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's true, Stephanie. Like an art journal, or that's why I said maybe like some cardstock or something, just to start, and then you can add, um, you know, build up from there. Oh, are you waiting for the project, Mary? Okay, I got. Oh, thank you, Kim. Yeah, twigs are just a great. Where did that project go? Ugh, there it is. I think they look really cool. And you can even do, I've seen people use like those paper straws, all sorts of different things for, because you just add gesso to it and then it just becomes something totally different. All right. So if you are wanting to do this workshop, it's called the Winter Wonderland over on my website. Just wanted to say that just in case someone will probably ask later. All right. So any other questions? And then I will start. I don't know if we'll go through a full project today, but I'm going to start kind of thinking and working through the process of what I do on with a project. So we're going to work on a round canvas today. And swatch, open right away and swatch them. Okay. All right, so I did do a couple. I didn't find the other round canvas that I did a couple years back as a workshop, but this one I did. This was when I was like obsessed with the rust paste when it first came out. So this one, and I do have a video on this. And I loved working on the round canvas. So it's a really nice surface to work on. Actually, so this one I got at Target, and it's really nice. But these ones I found at Hobby Lobby. They are carrying round canvases now, which is really nice. And I believe, no, I don't know if the canvas sale is still going. But last week they were on sale, 50% off, I believe. So I got a couple of them. Sorry. I think I need my coffee. Is this my coffee? I have 2 coffee cups here, one from last night because I was working on the video. All right. So we are going to get started. And if you're watching later, the live streams I think are best watched live. I know some enjoy just kind of the background noise, but if you're watching later, then I know it is kind of annoying for me to keep talking to the chat and stuff. So if you can come by a live stream while I am live, that would probably be best. All right, so we're going to start off with the round canvas. And we're going to first add some gesso. So this is just some heavy gesso from Prima. And I don't know if this is already prepped or anything. This is what I do. I've always just added gesso to everything, just to be sure that everything's nice and prepped and ready to go. All right, and if you think of any questions, let me know and I will try to answer them to the best that I can. And again, my way is not the highway. There is a million ways that you can do things, a million ways that you can do a technique. I think over time, I think my suggestion is like Stephanie said, watch a video. Um, ones that I think talk are probably the best because then they could kind of explain what they're doing. And then work with them, even if you're working on a different type of surface or a different type of um, if they're using sprays and you use paints, just to kind of get the idea of building up the layers and whatever they're doing actually, and then I guess kind of copying them in a sense. I know some people don't like when people copy them. I find that I personally don't mind. I don't think that any of my ideas are so original that I need to patent them or anything crazy. Um, and if someone feels they want to give me credit, great. If not, then I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm just trying to get the edges to make sure that there's all these creases. And especially when people are learning, like when they're starting out, I think it's important to copy, I think. Because how is somebody going to learn if they're not? That's why people take workshops. And I think people that do videos on YouTube, it's kind of like the same thing. It's just free kind of workshops and things like that. So if people have a hard time with other people copying them, then maybe they shouldn't do videos, I guess. I don't know. I think there's different ways to copy for sure. But when you're learning, if someone is just starting out and they search on YouTube and find your videos, then I would expect them to copy or, take the same color scheme or the same composition or, things like that. I expect it. That's why I do them, so that people can learn from them. Hi, Tina. Hi, Rini. I remember asking about your name before, and I'm sorry. Hi, Fiona. How are you? Just popping quick in the chat room and say hi and love your artwork and listening to the lives. Off to watch my TV. All right, Tina. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And did I miss anybody else? I don't want to miss anybody because I'm like jabbering away. Voiceovers. Yes, I think voiceovers are the best. And I try to make the voiceover, like my voiceover videos, different than the workshop videos because it is hard to do online workshops. I would love to do them live, but to get everybody that wants to join with time zones and all of that kind of thing, it would be impossible. So do you usually have an idea what you want to do before you begin? Yes and no. A little bit, Fiona. I was coughing a little bit last night. My ear isn't hurting me as bad. So, it's actually not hurting at all. The ear oil and everything worked. So, which is good. If it wasn't summer and wasn't 100 degrees, I would make some soup. I don't mind soup at any time. I love soup, but my husband's like, I think it was a few weeks back, I made some soup and he's like, it's too hot for soup. But an idea. So let's see. This is a tricky question because sometimes yes and sometimes no. Sometimes I sit here and I look on Instagram. I don't really go on Pinterest much, or I'll search my feed on YouTube and look for people that inspire me. And I'm like, oh, I like that project. And like, that's what this project here, the video for tomorrow, that's where this came from. I was so inspired. Well, let me back up. So I wanted to create on the wood slice. So I got the wood slice from Hobby Lobby. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I had so many different ideas. So I went on my YouTube feed and I found Nadia's video where she used the teal and the purple color together. And then that's how it just kind of all came together. And what I do for any project, to be honest, is normally I take a bunch of stuff out and I layer a bunch of stuff and fiddle around with placement and my composition and things like that. And then without gluing anything down. And then I'll get into the project and making, adding the texture and all of that sort of thing. So I hope that helped a little bit. So sometimes I do have an idea, um, like maybe a photo or a color combination, or like right now I want to work on the round canvas. So I think, but then sometimes I don't at all. And I just sit here and then I'll look for hours trying to find some inspiration that sparks my creativity to get me going. All right. Yes, I do. All right. Terry, I hope if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Some people message me and they think that they're bothering me, and they're totally not. I feel like I'm putting myself out there doing videos and I guess sharing what I do. And I don't think that I am like a professional or that I'm an expert or anything like that, but um, I do feel like over the years I have lots of experience, so that maybe that's why people uh, ask me questions. Um, and so I feel an obligation, not like a burden obligation, but I feel like um, again, like I'm putting myself out there so that people can learn from me, hopefully. And, so people shouldn't feel like they're bugging somebody, especially somebody that free, what would be the word? Um, Puts out videos and tutorials and things like that. I have people message me daily, Terry. So, I mean, unless you're like messaging me creepy stuff, um, then yeah, questions and things like you're like, hey, how'd you do this? Or what did you use on this? It doesn't bother me. I may see it and then, I am a stay-at-home mom. So if I don't get back to you right away, don't think that it's you. Just shoot me another message in a day or two. And, yeah. All right. I'm very chatty today. I'm going to use my heat tool. So if you're using headphones, just know that it might get a little loud. All right, 30 minutes in, and I'm going to get going here. So, working on a round canvas, and we're talking about, for those just joining, we're talking about building up a focal point. So I added white gesso, and now we are going to figure out kind of what I want. So I can work in the center, like this way. I can work this way. I can just solely work like at the top or the bottom. So I think before you start anything, stamping, adding texture, or anything like that, I think you need to figure that out first. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I have a photo here. Maybe I'll make this. I don't think Karen's in here. So if you know Karen Tamir, I met up with her. She was in Las Vegas, and I met up with her. And so I have this photo. Maybe I'll make this for her. And let's see where I want that. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. So you got to decide. So not every project has to have a photo on it. Like this one doesn't. These tags don't. You know, it just, but you have to kind of figure out what you want, because I think if you want to achieve a project that has a certain focal point, you need to pinpoint that focal point. Like if you want a title or the photo, or, you know, on this tag, it's kind of like the flowers mixed in with the title kind of thing. So you definitely have to not necessarily have the full idea in mind, but just an idea of what your focal point will be, whether it's a photo or whatever, because that will change kind of what other things that you add. Oh, thank you, Kim. I try. I sometimes feel bad. I don't remember who it was, but somebody kept messaging me, and they left me a comment on my Facebook page saying, "Hey, you haven't been getting my messages, or you haven't messaged me back." And I went and she messaged me a few times, and I just didn't see it. I think Facebook in general is a little weird. And I think because I do get messages and friend requests and all that kind of stuff daily, it gets to be like they're hidden or something. I don't know what it is. All right. So I want this photo, and I'm not prepared. So I need to figure out, whoops, sorry, you guys, what I want for, sorry, my chair is so squeaky. Trying to find my, oh, there they are. Sorry, you guys. All right. Aw, thank you, Tori. Hi, I didn't see you coming in. Oh, there you are. You're saying hi from Ireland. All right. So I'm going to use this, and I like to, because the photo is a little bigger, and as you could see, this point is a little bit bigger than this one. So if I want this is how I think, again. So I'm wanting to have a little bit of the embellishments kind of go this, well, maybe I should just do the center. All right. Now, okay, so now we're going to, now I know I want the focal point in the center of the project. So I'm going to add texture and stamping and everything around it. And I'm not going to add all of that to the full project, and you'll see in just a second what I'm talking about. Let's see. So, trying to find a stencil. I like this one. All right, so I'm going to start in the center because I want all of the texture to kind of come off of the focal point and gradually fade out around. Do you make your own molds, and what type of paste or clay do you use? I do sometimes. So on Sunday's stream, I did do a bunch of, I use the Prima molds, and I did a bunch of them. So if you want to see that, I talk about all sorts of different things regarding the molds and paper clay and resin and all that sort of thing. So that was on Sunday I did that. All right. So I am going to, there it is. In my plaster, no, oh, there it is. All right. Sorry, I'm so talkative today. I hope that I'm helping you guys and not just like boring you guys. All right, so again, we are going to, this one's a little messed up, so I think I'm going to get globs, but that's okay. I'll show you how I fix that, if that happens. And this is a little tricky as well because it will bend in a little bit. So I'm going to work like this, actually. All right, well, you know what? I need to add, well, I'll just go with it. All right. So I'm working from the center, sort of. And this brush or the spatula is from Nuvo. And I'm using paper texture paste, which is one of my favorites right now. Okay. All right. And I'm going to add a little bit on the side here. And then this side as well. Okay. It is a stencil, and I'm so sorry. And you know, honestly, Terry, I looked for one. When I was doing the Prima, the live with Prima, I was able to pick some products, and I always got month after month. I would always get multiples of my favorite stencils, and I think this one is my last one, unless I have another one somewhere else. So I'm actually going to add it to my bin here of water because I thought about it and I felt really bad that I was using something that you really can't find anywhere. Oh, hold on, you guys. Callie my kids aren't here to play with her, so she's wanting in my room. Hold on 1 second. here, Callie. I know, come on. The kids aren't here. All right. It is a really nice one. Okay, Kelly, come on. All right, so how I fix if I get globs, I do this anyways, but it helps fix any areas that get globby. Kelly, you cannot eat the paper paste. All right. I spread it out, and I like to do this anyways so that the texture kind of fades into the Kelly fades into the project, if that makes sense. So I think it helps make everything flow really nicely together, and this dried really quick. Callie. Callie. She wants to say hi. Say hi. She's a little kitty cat. She's a kitten. She's a baby. So she's very... Oh, are you leaving me now? Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. And if you wanted to do any stamping, you definitely have to do that first, because stamping on the paste is a little tricky. All right, so see if I can show that maybe a little bit. Let's see. Maybe there. So you could see that the paste kind of blends outwards, and it helps, again, just kind of bring everything together, in my opinion. So Callie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wait, are you scared? Did you get onto that chair? You can't get down. Come here. Come here. Okay. Sorry, you guys. This is beginning to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. Oh, my kids are gone. And I am actually going to add a little paste to the sides. So I want it to be this way. And so I'm going to add some texture paste to this side, because the color and whatever I add will kind of flow off to the side here. And then same thing on this side. I'm going to add a little bit of the texture paste to the side. Yes, Callie, what do you need? What, Callie? Oh, now you want out. Of course. You want out, Callie? Come here. There you go. Hey, I'm not going with you. Sorry. Okay. Callie. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll leave it open. Sorry, you guys. Hi, Magda. How are you? I hope I'm saying your name right. I don't speak Spanish. I think you're speaking Spanish. Ecuador is Spanish, right? Callie. Ouch. Ow. She's biting me, you guys. She's mad at me. All right. Can you guys see that? It looks really dark on my screen. Is it good on your guys' end? Callie, I don't know what you want. All right, I'm going to use my heat tool again. Bye, Nicole. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Ouch. In Jess's live stream. Hi, Lori. I hope that I don't know, hopefully I'm showing you what you want to learn. Okay, looks good. All right. So that's a little wet still. So I'm using the paper paste, which dries pretty quickly. So that's what I got so far. And I really didn't have much in my mind. I tried to prepare, but I couldn't think of anything, to be honest. So I apologize, you guys. I feel like I'm never prepared. All right, this is a paper clay mold that I did, and I'm going to break it and then add this just like that. All right, but first I'm going to add some gesso here. And what I like to do with the paper clay is just add a little bit to the top, because then, Callie, then it soaks, the color will soak into the clay really nicely. And then it kind of gives a different effect. All right. I think it goes this way, actually. Put that like that. And Callie, oh my gosh, you guys, she is playing with my hair. It's typical for my live streams to go like this. So, yeah, my live streams are mainly just to kind of hang out and have fun and kind of chat with each other. So I have this other mold here. I'm just going to put like this, kind of like that. They're not necessarily for a straightforward tutorial step-by-step video. I love chatting with you guys. Right, Desiree. All right, I need my coffee too. See, I feel like when I do my other videos, I feel kind of like robot-y, like a robot when I'm like doing the voiceovers and stuff. And I don't want to feel like that also on my live streams. So I want to feel like I'm hanging out with my friends and we're chatting, and yeah. So there you get a different types of videos on my channel. All right. Yeah, so this is honestly, this is how my thought process it goes. I fiddle around forever, and 90% of the time I leave that stuff out, because then all of my videos would probably be like an hour. So, and I know some people, like, they have asked to see that, you know, me fiddling around and stuff like that, but I can't really put it in the videos. You don't want that there. I really like these molds. Again, I said it the other day that If you can invest in them, even just one, I think that they are so worth it because you can get so many embellishments out of them. Like this frame here is I can only use once, you know, but with the molds, you can continually use them and create different embellishments. All right. Trying to figure out what I want to do because I might go, I can't remember. I think Karen's, oh, she's leaving me. All right. I think Karen's favorite colors are like green and browns, like earth tones. I think that's what she had said. Yes, Desiree, it is difficult. Prima does have one, but I said this in the video or my live stream on Sunday. They have this one. Well, I have a white one as well. So it's definitely not the same, but I'm hoping that they come out with more like this. And then the memory hardware ones, I don't know if they will, because then that would deter people away from getting these frames. But I think it would be smart on their end to kind of try to come up with something a little bit similar. Let's see. I have some chipboard here. What does that say? It says beauty and discover. All right. I think I want the discover. I don't know if we'll get through the full project today because it is an hour already and I just kind of kept blabbering. Actually, let's see. I need paper towel. All right, so I'm going to add white gesso to this. This chipboard is from Wow Studios, and they are amazing. But when you add gesso to them, because they are laser cut, they get like a little brown and not totally white. So what I'm going to do is add the gesso to it and then add some white embossing powder. So yes, that's true. What's it called? Prima did come out with the one with her stars. I didn't use any. Hold on, I gotta go. I gotta shut my door. All right. For those that don't know, my husband works from home and he's on the phone. And how our house works is it's kind of like a U shape. So I'm on the other end of the house, and then his office or whatever is in our bedroom, and he has a very boomy voice, but it travels through the hallway to my room. So I had to close the door. He's on the phone. So I need. All right, so I'm going to add because I want this completely white. So that's what I do with my chipboard when I want it completely white. Oh, it didn't work like I wanted it to, because I don't like getting the chipboard on my my ink pad. All right, I am so surprised that you guys are still here with me because I feel like I am a hot mess again today. That's just I really need to start titling these that. All right. All right, everybody's so quiet today. All right. I'm gonna add more gesso. I was talking and then I had to close the door, and so the embossing powder didn't stick very well. And I'm only doing this because I don't like to put the chipboard in my Versamark ink, because then it gets really dirty. So yeah, it is a little, it does take a little bit of time to dry, but I personally like it the best. It soaks up the color really nicely, and it's not like gritty, but it's, I don't know how to explain it. I really like it. Oops. This one. All right, using my heat tool again. Okay. It's hard to explain. I was telling, if you guys don't know Crystal and Nikki, they have the Queen's Craft Fair, and they actually have mixed media like classes like every week, I think they said. And she was talking about how much she likes the paper paste too. And I was telling them last night in their live stream that it's hard to explain the difference between the paste. You just kind of have to see it in person. And of course, Stephanie to the rescue. Yes, it has like not like the, not like this one. Where is it? Not like the sandy one, not like gritty, rough like the sand. It has paper in it, so it has like a grittiness to it, but not like a hard grit, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, that's, yeah, like construction paper in paste, you know. And I don't remember who had said, but somebody had said that they make their own. All right, we're getting somewhere. Kind of. All right, so you guys can see that I have consistently kept the focal point in the center And then I'm just kind of layering things behind. And what I find that helps with the focal point is adding texture, like more like a flat layer, and then building up from there to your focal point. So say I wanted it the other way. I could just flip this around. Oh, there goes Callie again. You know, and then I can even do this to the side. And then if I was going to do it to the side, I wouldn't have added so much texture paste here, because I would want it to be a little bit more smooth there, I guess. Oh, I actually kind of like that though. See, to me, if I was going to add it to the side, I would have probably stopped. Like, I wouldn't have added all the way here. So I know you guys can't really see that texture paste. I know the side looks cool, huh? I may actually, because I might be able to make it work, because then I could just add. All right, I think we're going to do the side. And then we'll add that there. What do you guys think? Take a vote. Side or middle? Side, side, side. Okay, side it is. All right. Next, what I would do, take everything off. And I'm going to add a little bit of color. So, I'm trying to think, what color should I use? Should I do purple? I think I want to do purple. Oh my gosh, you guys. This room is just a mess. I'm just gathering up my purples. Okay. I think I'm actually going to see. This is why I kind of have a hard time telling people like the process, because I go back on what I say, because now I'm adding a little bit of stamping, which I said don't add stamping after you do the texture paste. It definitely doesn't look as good. You don't get as good of impressions, obviously. But I feel like it needs it. So I'm doing it. And I'm kind of trying to go in the middle of where I have the paste, because it's like the circle and then almost like a diamond shape. And I'm using archival ink so the ink won't bleed. Does purple go well with earth tones like she likes? No, I think I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna keep it the color just purple, I think. I know she likes earth tones, but I think, so quite a few years back, I did a lot of swaps and a lot of, well, yeah, a lot of swaps. And I had a hard time because you kind of, there's Kelly again. You want to try to create something that they would like, but still be inspired and create something that you are proud of as well. And so I had a hard time with that. So I think for myself, I just stick with what I like, you know, if that makes sense. Hi, Jayshri. I know I'm not saying your name right. I apologize. Welcome. And welcome to anybody else that's just joining. If you could do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you are new to my live streams, I do them so we can kind of hang out and chat, and I can answer questions as I go, and kind of create and just hang out. I like to do the live stream so that I can connect with you guys and build friendships with you guys, because when I do the voiceover videos, I can't have that. I try to comment back to everybody, but it's not the same as chatting with everybody. So that's kind of why I like to do the live streams. And it's not necessarily a straight to the point like step-by-step tutorial. We're just kind of working through things and going with the flow, answering questions, and hanging out. So let me get my cat real quick. Sorry, you guys. Yes, Callie. I know. You're bored. Hey, ow. Callie, I can't play with you. Callie. All right. Oh, yay, I said it right. All right. All right, let's see. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to add the color. Callie? Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. So I am going to add a little bit of this aubergine. And I need a bigger paintbrush. Let's see here. What do I got? This one might work. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to my canvas here. Move this picture out of the way. And I am going to add most of the color to here and a little bit here. So I'm going to keep this white. So I like white space. So I added water to the canvas and a little bit of water to my mat here with the color. And I'm going to have some of the embellishments just a little bit off this way. So I want to add a little bit of that color off to the side there. So what we're going to do. And where's my... I'm going to do a little bit more here. It's easier to add more than take away. So just kind of play around with where you want it. And I'm going to go a little bit farther than I want because I'm going to do something later. I don't know how to explain what I'm going to do. But I take a baby wipe and with some gesso and kind of pounce it on to kind of blend the color. Did I lose everybody? No one's chatting anymore. Am I boring you guys now? All right. I'm going to use my heat tool. So if you're using headphones, just know that it might get a little loud. All right, so Callie, you are something else today. She is so spoiled with the kids. So when we first got her, my son was really sick for a whole week. He missed a whole week of school. And then the kids had spring break. So it was a whole nother week of just attention and just whatever she wanted, playtime and whatever. And then a few weeks go by and now it's summer break. And well, more than a few weeks, but yeah. I think I'm going to add a little bit more here. She's just very needy. And I said this before that when we go grocery shopping and stuff, she gets so much anxiety and hates it when we leave. But I mean, we can't help it, you know? Add a little bit of water here. I think she needs a play buddy, but another cat or something, but we're not ready for another cat. We weren't really 100% ready for this one, but we've been waiting years and years and years for my daughter to get one. It's not like, you know, so I'm sure maybe everybody might have these in their town, but like the Facebook yard sale sites and stuff, I think Facebook has banned people doing this, like giving away animals and stuff on Facebook, but you would see like the same people over and over again. Oh, we got a cat. Oh, we got a bunny. Oh, we got a bird. We can't take care of it. Oh, we're moving. Oh, so that's why we waited, and we're, you know, I didn't want to be, you know, obviously things come up, but you know what I mean. Just I don't see how people can do that. She is very demanding. Oh, I'm glad, Kim. Okay, so Terry, if you're doing this with me, let's do this together. So I'm going to take the gesso. And what I like to do is I put some in the cap here. And I'm actually going to wipe up this purple because I feel like I'm going to get it everywhere if I don't. And that's the Aubergine from Prima. It's a really, really pretty purple, as you could see. All right. So, baby wipe, or you can wet a paper towel. Doesn't necessarily have to be a baby wipe. And you need, oh, that's not dry yet. Give me a second. And so you need this to be dry. Oh, it's because I added more to it. I forgot. Oh no. McCann, I hope I'm saying your name right. Oh, and Terry, since you're in here, I am working with somebody to get the badges changed for the memberships. They're still going to be pretty simple. I didn't want anything crazy. But that what you have now is just the generic YouTube badge. But I am changing them, and I went back and forth between two different things, and I finally figured out what I wanted. So hopefully within the next few weeks, if you're still a member, then your badge will change to something else. So, and I do appreciate you being a member. I really do appreciate it. We are getting a few more members as time goes by. So I am planning an exclusive live stream. My name is pronounced Nikan. Nikan. Okay, got it. I might forget, so I apologize. Yeah. All right, so are you working with me, Terry? What we're going to do is take the baby wipe or a paper towel, and then I kind of make like a parachute out of it, so it's not like rocket science or anything to how I do this. I just kind of bunch it up to where it's kind of poofy at the top, and then have the gesso. Then you're going to pounce it in the gesso. And you don't want a whole lot of gesso in your cap. So I'm actually going to pounce a little bit off here because I kind of have a little bit too much. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to pounce on where the color meets the white area, and then we're just going to continue to do that until we get the look that we like. So it just kind of helps blend everything together. So I'm a little bit heavier where it meets the white space, and then I am a little bit less heavy-handed a little bit further up, because then it just kind of creates a little bit of white on top of that color, and then it helps blend it all together, if that makes sense. All right, and while I'm doing this, if you are curious on how to become a member, there should be a join button next to the subscribe button. It's just exclusive content, sneak peeks, exclusive videos, exclusive live stream. And you have access to a member-only Facebook page where we can chat and hang out. You don't have to join the Facebook page, but it is an option just to kind of connect and get to know each other more. And it's $5 a month. All right. Yay, I'm so glad, Terry. I do this often in my videos. But I think doing it live and kind of explaining it live is a little bit more helpful than kind of explaining it in a video. All right. Because I like everything to kind of flow really nicely together. I don't like harsh lines. And let's see. And then if it gets too much gesso on there, I just kind of refold it, I guess. All right. Yeah, so the members saw the project that is going live tomorrow first before anybody. They even saw sneak peeks. So it's just something extra if you want to support me that way. If not, I don't. I don't expect people to do it. Everybody's situation is different and everything. So yeah. And then I'll go back in with the paintbrush and paint a little bit on just to lighten up those lines. If I'm using a lighter color, it's a little bit easier to do the pouncing, but sometimes it needs a little extra. So just kind of blending all that out. And then I'll go back in again and pounce it around. All right. Everybody's still with me? I kind of made it a little bit gray because I think I had some of that gray on my paintbrush from the chipboard. And I do want to say too that I do appreciate, even if you don't donate or become a member or anything like that, I appreciate all of my friends and the subscribers and everything that I've made throughout the years, all the same. Because being here, watching my videos, sharing my videos, liking, commenting, all of that takes time and you can never get back time. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody. All right. All right, where'd my thing go? Oh, right in front of my face. And see how it just becomes kind of just flows really nicely into that white space. And that's really what we want, is that white space and then the darker behind the area, because it helps build up that the focal point. Oh, welcome, Desiree. And I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. And if you go to the community tab, you will now see all of the members only posts and video links. And if you scroll down a little bit, there is a link to the Facebook page if you want to join. All right, so welcome. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Oh, I had these like this. And then these like this. And you are able to cancel anytime. Because I know things come up or maybe it's not what you expected, or you know what I mean? Like, so you're able to cancel at any time. Oh, hold on one second, you guys. Hello? Hello? Oh, never mind. Oh. Hello? Yes. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so she's my mom and that's her granddaughter. She's my niece. Right. Um, she's a little hard to get a hold of, to be honest. Okay. Oh, no. Did you try the home phone? Okay. Yeah. Maybe if you try him and then, he might be able to get a hold of her. Right, and if you can't get a hold of her, just, let me know, and then I'll try to track her down. Okay. Alright. Okay, uh-huh. Bye. Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Alright. Uh, Facebook link is not working. Oh, no. Okay. Says I call her Desi, or sometimes just Des. Love the frame. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. Did you see my message about the Nuvo mousse? Left you a message on how to reactivate it. Oh, you know what? The ones that aren't hockey pucks are actually doing really good. I mixed them around and I think that they need just a little bit more water, so I added a little bit more water to them. But the ones that are hockey pucks, I think someone suggested actually to, excuse me, grate them and then kind of try to reactivate it that way, which I might actually try. Um, and maybe it was you that said to boil the water. Because I was reading through all the comments this morning, actually. So use glycerin. Okay, yeah. So this my mom takes care. My mom has custody of my two nieces. My younger niece is in a rec program, different from the one at where my kids are, and my mom, I guess, didn't send her a lunch today. So, And I'm on the list of people to contact. So it's funny, the other day too, my niece was at a birthday party and she wasn't feeling good and they couldn't get a hold of my mom. All right. Let's see here. All right. So get back on track here. Paper paint texture was solid when it came in the mail. Oh my goodness, Stephanie. I've been worrying about the paper paste because it has paper in it. So I'm imagining that, mine's still pretty good, but I would have contacted Prima for sure and have them sent you another one. All right, so we need purple flowers. Yes, I did watch a few videos and I forgot to mention them in my video, but I'm going to have another video coming up once I rehydrate mine. And I will definitely mention them because I did watch their videos and tried everything that they did. But I didn't try it on. I didn't realize that I had so many. And then half of them were like hockey pucks and half of them were kind of crumbly. So I am saving the ones that are crumbly. So I have these flowers, which unfortunately you can't really get many places. I stocked up on these because they had them many, many years ago. Prima did. And I love them. I think they just came in white at the time and then maybe like a brown, I think. And then they brought them back by popular demand, but now I don't know if they're making them again. Although Prima did say that if you see an item and you want it, most likely they're still making it, but they have to have a certain demand to get it manufactured again, if that makes sense. So like paper collections and things like that, like if stores aren't requesting it anymore, then they're not going to make it anymore because they don't want all that stock in their warehouse, which makes sense. So I think they just have to have a certain number of people or stores and stuff requesting certain items. Trying to find some flowers. I have those. And I think that might be it for those. Purple. That's kind of a bummer, Stephanie, that you would have to pay for shipping. I have a little one here, or a couple little ones. That one's a little pink, but I think it might work. All right. And Desiree, I will see about that link. Maybe that's why people haven't joined, because the link doesn't work. I'm wondering maybe now. Because I'm like, oh, no one wants to be in the Facebook group. But that makes sense that if the link doesn't work. Hi, Gina. How are you? Yep, we're just really hanging out today. working through this project that probably should have been done by now, but if you have been to any of my live streams, you know that I'm never prepared. I guess it kind of helps people too, because then they could see the full process of, you know, me thinking through things, me working, you know, trying to find placement, and because they'll sorry you guys, they would miss that if I had my project ready. So and even then I feel kind of like a robot again. I don't feel like I'm just kind of hanging out and crafting with my friends. I feel like I'm okay, May. Yes, I will. It'll be up. And if you want to see the chat, so I've learned that if you want to see the chat, you have to wait a few hours in order to see the live chat again. So some people said, oh, the chat isn't working, and it's like right after it ends when the video processes. It's not going to be available right then. You have to wait like a few hours to see the chat again. So just so you know. All right. Might cut down the picture a little bit. But thank you, May, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. As you guys can see that a lot of this is getting hidden. Let's see, I have some of these here. They are a little bit silly, huh, Desiree? Eventually, if I get enough people to be members, I will work with somebody to get custom emojis. But they are pretty costly. So for one, they're like $75 to get it made, to work with the artist to get it made. And just right now, it's not you know, a priority right now, I guess, to do that, because it is very costly. All right. I will paint this white. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out more here. Well, that's kind of part of the part of it, I guess, is you can get emojis, you know, made for your members. But just right now, you know, it's just not feasible right now. Gina, it is a canvas. So I met up with Karen Tamir a few weeks back, and we took some Snapchat photos. She was in Las Vegas, and yeah, she is such a nice person. such a genuine person. I know it's hard to tell online, you know, how genuine people are, but she definitely is a genuine person. And if she is your friend, she is a true, you know, ride or die friend. She's definitely one of my true friends. I can talk to her about anything. And I was telling my husband the other day too that it's crazy that I feel so connected and like I have such, you know, true friendships online, even though I haven't met a lot of people, you know, in person. But it's crazy that that can happen. And I think that's why I like these live streams, because I get to talk to you guys. You know, we get to chat and get to know each other a little bit more. So I have a bunch of this stuff that I was going to add to my other canvas, or not my canvas, my wood piece. So I'm just kind of adding, and this is really honestly the process of what I would do. So you're seeing it how I would do it. Yes, it is a round canvas, and I initially found the first one that I used at Target, and then I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, and I was browsing in their canvas section, and I saw that they have a few different sizes. I think they have 4 different sizes. So this one is 8-inch, and I got a 10-inch as well. So, Gina, you're in Vegas. Did I know that already? I don't know why. For some reason, I thought you lived in Greece. I might be thinking about another Gina, maybe. Oh, Lordy. Let's see, what else do I got around my desk here? Oh, Kelly snuggled up under my desk here. Let's see. Yeah, I have the worst memory, I swear. I am sorry. Oh, there's my... Now that I'm thinking about it, I did know you were in Vegas. I'm sorry. There's actually quite a few people in Vegas. Daisy's in Vegas. Gina's in Vegas. Dee Dee Catron lives in Vegas. Amador lives in Vegas. Sabrina lives in Vegas. I'm a little ways outside of Vegas. But yeah. So I am tossing around the idea, actually, of doing a like a retreat or something. I don't even know. And then maybe I could teach a class or something. I don't know. I don't even honestly know where to start with that, because yeah, I don't know where to start. But I think it would be fun to do something like that. All right. I think that's good for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything off, and I'm going to paint them with some gesso. So I have some gesso on my paintbrush still. And there isn't much that I need to paint, just these couple things here. You can start in Colorado. Colorado would be nice. All right. All right, a little, what part of California are you in, Desiree? You would, Kim? Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. I'm trying to gather up the funds, to be honest, trying to save my money to be able to go to Creativation this year. It is on my bucket list and I really need to do it. And I applied to be one of their VIP, but I haven't heard back. So maybe, I don't know, because you have to have like a certain number of followers and like be an influencer on social media. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they didn't deem me enough. I don't know. It's honestly not a big deal. But I thought that would have been the easiest way for me to get in and all right. So it's in Arizona again this year. So I'm just going to paint a little bit on this frame here. And then I did the chip, or I think I did that one already. I'm going to do this one. I have a hard time leaving my kids too. I don't know. You only have them for so long. And I know it's only, I mean, I would probably go for like a week or so. I just have a hard time. I don't know. I've been asked a few times to teach classes. And I don't know. I miss them. All right. And we're going to do these. So I was asked to teach in South Africa. And I really went back and forth because that would just be amazing to go there. But I couldn't do it. And now I'm kicking myself that I, didn't do it, but there's still time. And all right, I'm going to actually do more of that pouncing of the gesso because yes, I know, South Africa, right? I'm really bummed that we couldn't work it out to where my husband could go, and I just really don't, honestly, I really don't have anyone to watch my kids. If you were here earlier, and this was like a year and a half ago or so. So it's been a while, but my mom has custody of my nieces, so she's already, busy, and she works, and so, and that's okay. I honestly don't feel like I'm missing out. I just feel like it's not my time yet, Eventually, hopefully, it will be again. I have that. I hopefully will have that opportunity again sometime. But who knows? If not, it's not a big deal. You know, I think I would have too much anxiety wondering if people would attend and that sort of thing. So and then being that, like, I'd be over the ocean for so long. Hi, Dales. I know your name, and I just cannot think of it right this second. And I do apologize. I know you go by something else. I'm pretty sure. Christine. Okay, I knew that. All right. And you have a YouTube channel, don't you? I'm pretty sure you do. Unless I'm thinking of another Christine. Oh, with one video. Oh, I must be thinking of somebody else because they had just posted. You know who I'm thinking of is Christine Meyer, I think is her name. And that's another thing in these live streams. I always tell people, if you have a video that you just came out with, or you have a YouTube channel that you're just starting or something, as long as you're not spamming it, I don't mind sharing. I think that, you know, I don't have 1 million subscribers or anything like that, but I feel in the crafty community, I do have quite a few. So I try to use it the best way that I can and help others and support everybody the best that I can. So anyway, so if you do have a channel, or if you share your projects on social media, then you can post them. I don't mind at all. Again, as long as you're not spamming it and you know, like 1,000 times during the stream, then I think by then Stephanie probably would ban you by then if you spammed it like 1,000 times. All right, so now we're just going to let's see here. This is pretty simple for me taking this long. But sometimes simple is good because it gives people that are just starting out a starting point instead of everything being super, super involved and having like 1,000 different layers and techniques and different things. So it's pretty simple. It just takes a little while. So we added the gesso to the canvas. Then we added some texture with the paper texture paste and a stencil, and then we added a little bit of stamping. and then we added the color, and now we're adding some embellishments. So we're getting there. And again, this is really what I would be doing if I was doing this on, like, for a video even. I know you guys don't see that, but it is what I do. All right, I'm gonna go like this. And where did I have this? Maybe not that one. I have this one here. Yes, so I think I caught you up. I need to grab something over here really quickly. All right, so I have these locks, and you can't find these anywhere. But I have a hard time not using things because people can't find them, because I do have them in my stash, and I need to use what I have as well. So I feel bad that people can't get them, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure people understand that I need to use what I have in my stash as well. So I think this one would be good down here. So I'm going to use this one to help it bring out that, because what I'm trying to go for is a lot here, and then it gradually, hi, Samantha. I didn't see you come in. Are you just now commenting, I think? Need my coffee. All right, let's see. What else do we got? I need, hold on, give me 1 second. All right, I need more flowers, I think. So, you guys, my room is a mess. My daughter has her balloons in here and a beanbag and I'm just grabbing some flowers really quickly. They're I might have ran out of those. The purple ones, which I will be bummed. Goodness. Man, oh man, I'm bummed. I'm out of those flowers. I need to get more. So for the purple flowers, I like to use these ones here. Sorry, you guys. These ones here, but I don't have any more, which I'm really bummed about. Unless they're in here. I have these little ones. To be honest, when I was on the Prima design team, and then I did the Prima live with Prima, like their live streams, I stocked up on them. That's how I have so many flowers. And ones that I purchased like long ago that I just don't use, I might color that one purple maybe. It might work. I've de-stashed a lot of flowers, and I still have 1, 2, 3 huge bins full of flowers. I've purchased a lot of them too. Don't think that I just Prima's generous, but let's see. I think I might color those ones purple. We'll see if it'll work. Oh, and I have this white one too. Yes, Hobby Lobby. I forgot about Hobby Lobby. They have really good flowers. I was telling my husband, I said, man, those are old. I don't even have those. And I can't bring myself to purchase any more flowers unless they're ones that I use constantly. Because I do have so many. But like colors that I use often are like the turquoise color and then in purple. So I always am having to buy like blues and purples. All right. I think that's it. Let's try coloring one of these. Do you think it'll work? See you later, Terry. Thanks for stopping by. All right. I need a little bit more paint. Or let's see what colors I have. I'm wondering if this dusty Concord color might. Bye, Terry. Thanks for stopping by. See you later. So I'm going to try, I have a few of these flowers that I'm going to try to color here. So I'm going to add some water. Because it's like a beige color, I don't know how it's going to turn out. Is all. So then I have this dusty Concord. Ooh, that's pretty. All right. Perfect. All right. Maybe I think I'm going to break one down a little bit. And let's see here. There we go. Make it a little smaller. And then what I like to do with these pieces is kind of fold them in half and then kind of tuck them behind different places. So the color I'm using is Dusty Concord. I think I said that already. Just want to make sure. Okay. It is distress spray. It's a regular distress spray. All right, I'm going to use my heat tool really quickly. Oh no, your video is freezing. I had to check to see if I'm connected directly to the internet with the Ethernet cable, and I am. So, but that doesn't mean that I'm not having internet issues. So let me know if it's me or and I am going to lighten these up a little bit with some gesso. I know they seem really, really dark on camera. All right. It's pretty dry. I should have sat them outside for a second. It's so dry and hot here. All right, so I'm gonna add some gesso, and I still have some on my brush here, so actually need a little bit more. Where did I put it? Oh, my canvas is sitting on it, of course. All right. It could be a combination of my connection and other people's connection. All right. I need to dry them a little bit more again. I don't have any paper towels in here with me. I'm working on the Tonic Studios Easy Clean Mat, the large one. I absolutely love it. It's like the best thing ever. It's amazing. All right. I need to get my hands clean. All right. We're getting there, ladies. Any questions? These are fabric. You need to be careful with this. All right. Oh, I forgot I had this one. I think these might be too big, to be honest. So I think I might tear them just a little bit more, at least one. All right. Ooh, that would be cool. And I saw that you live in the Bay Area. Have you been in my streams before? Because I feel maybe I'm sure there's lots of people that live in the Bay Area, but I was born in Santa Rosa. I know that's not the Bay Area, but it's up there. All right. Need to dry this one. It's pretty wet. Desiree is from the Bay Area. Okay, so it must have been somebody else because I feel like not every stream, but often I've talked about being born in Santa Rosa, and I lived in Petaluma for a little while to finish up my high school year, my senior year with my dad up there. I love it up there. I love Southern California, but there's something about Northern California that I love it so much. Ah, see, I knew I was going to do that. I got purple on here. All right. All right. Now, 2 hours later, we are going to start gluing things down, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. This is my go-to glue. See, maybe it was Monica that I talked about it with too, because she's often in the stream. Have you been to Bodega Bay? They have that place there where they sell the clam chowder. It's so good. All right, I'm going to take this off. Add these. Yes, you have been. Oh man, I love it. It's so good. I think the last time I was up there, I'm trying to think. The last time I had the clam chowder was pretty sure when my grandfather's buried at the Presidio. I think it's called the Presidio. I probably am not pronouncing it right. The military cemetery in San Francisco. And that was about 12 years ago. So it's been a long time. I think I'm due for some clam chowder. All right, I need to take this out and glue it down. I love clam chowder, and they have really good smoked salmon there too. My husband isn't much of a salmon eater or like clam chowder, that sort of thing. He likes lobster. Let's see, this needs to be out a little bit more. See, and this is why I like using Fabri-Tac, because then I can move it around how I need it. Oh, and then we have this. All right. Oh, I'm sure, Kim. I'm sure it is. All right, now we're going to add this. Yes, and I think someone said Davita might be, I think she lives in the Northern California area as well. All right, while I'm kind of fiddling around here, I want to know what video was your first video you watched, if you can remember, or how long you've been, um, you know, how long ago you found me, and what made you subscribe. I think that's my main thing because it's funny. Yesterday, the month was up for, well, a couple of days ago was up for the subscribers for last month, and it said, in the analytics it said, because a while ago I was averaging about 800 subscribers a month, and now it's like 200, which I don't mind. I appreciate everybody being here. But it just kind of gets you thinking, if you do create videos and have a YouTube channel, like what am I doing differently? What am I doing? Am I doing anything wrong? Or what can I do differently? Things like that. Cause I was averaging about 800 for quite a while. And yeah, so it said, you didn't captivate your audience to get them to get your normal number of subscribers or something like that. And I'm like, I know, you don't have to remind me, YouTube. This cracked me up. I'm gonna move that over a little bit and down a little bit, I think. Oh, I'm going to add some upholstery thread. If you are not familiar with upholstery thread, you need to get some in your life because it adds so much to your project. It lasts a long time, and it's just something a little extra to add to your project to give more texture and interest. Just an extra little something. All right, so I'm going to add it to the back of this here. All right. Aw, thank you, Desiree. I really appreciate that. I feel like I don't explain things very well. I'm not a very talkative person. I'm not one to have a lot of words in my day-to-day life. So to hear that, it means a lot because when I'm trying to explain things, I personally feel like I don't explain things very well. But sometimes it takes me a little bit to figure out what I want to say. So where did my brush go? There it is. Oh no, Kim. Aw, thank you, Desiree. I really appreciate that. And it is nice that YouTube is, adding things like the channel memberships and things like that to get a little extra monetary something out of it. But that's not, my main focus is definitely not that. But it does help a little bit, Need this up here. And I do appreciate it very, very much. Kelly, where have you been? You've been hiding out. Yeah, I didn't see anything either, Stephanie. Sorry, I'm just reading. Watching you for a couple of years, that's what got me hooked to your channel is mixed media. I just had a few quiet minutes. I think I've been subscribed for you. I found you when I was looking for mixed media tutorials. Oh, that's awesome. You work on Wednesdays now. All right. I'm going to be doing live streams on Tuesdays now because my kids are in summer rec, and it just works that day for me. I think I wanted it on the side here. Okay. Ugh, I made a big old mess with this string stuff here. All right. You want a suggested video while watching another video probably a little over a year ago. It was a canvas. I subscribed because I loved your art and your humble spirit. Oh, thank you, Kim. I really appreciate that. It's hard to depict people like, you know, online because I hope that I never come off as anything other than, well, one, myself, and two, just, I'm honestly just, I don't know how to explain myself. I'm a very quiet person, but I'm also very quirky and weird and nerdy. So, yeah. And I'm the type of person, like, if you have my back, I will have your back no matter what. I'm just that type of friend to almost to a fault. Like, I've tried to be better at times with it because it's it can get draining at times to be that way. Suggested your channel. I'm recently going to try mixed media. You are my lighthouse. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. All right. Oh, that's a bummer. I am doing live streams on Sunday as well, as often as I can. Sometimes we go do all of our grocery shopping and stuff on Sundays, but we're trying to get it done on Saturdays. So maybe you can catch one on Sundays. I think I'm going to stick with like 7 p.m. Pacific time. It just is a good time for me because my kids are a little bit, you know, not as active, I guess. And it gives other people that can't make this time a chance to hopefully come in. And all right, I'm going to add some foam to pop up the picture. All right, I need quite a bit of foam here. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, that's what I figured, Kim, is that it's still a little bit early, you know. I mean, I know Eastern time, it's a little bit late for some, but it's early enough to where if people go to, you know, sleep late, oh my goodness, I need so much foam here. But the good thing about foam is that it doesn't weigh a lot. So that's good. All right, I am going to attempt to rough up the edges of the picture. Just a little bit. Oops. All right. See. Thanks for stopping by, Gina. I appreciate it. We'll definitely have to figure something out. Maybe I don't know, something. Cause holy moly. Since you're in Vegas, I'm about an hour-ish away. So close, but yeah. All right. Oh no, I got purple on her face. I'll have to switch out the picture later. But for now, we'll just go with it. It'll be fine for now. I'm just going to hold this for a second and catch up on comments. Let's see. I know, it's going to make me sad thinking about it, because whenever I see that post about you have 18 summers with your children, it just makes me feel so bad when I get frustrated with my kids during the summer, because I think mainly this summer, particularly because we're not really planning on doing much this summer because of the cat. I know that sounds silly because cats kind of take care of themselves, but she is so needy and I don't want her to have anxiety or anything. And we normally go camping and, you know, things like that. So What was I going with that? Yes, and I help at my kids' school whenever I can. Well, all the time, actually. That's probably like my main focus during the school year is helping at my kids' school because one, I like being there, letting my kids know that, I'm there for them. And two, teachers cannot do it all. I have such respect for teachers. All right. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Kim. I think it does too. I hope it shows up nicely on camera. I'm going to be adding some more last minute little touches here and there. But we're getting there. Just kind of, I feel like I need another cup of coffee, but it takes a while. I need a Keurig machine in my craft room. Oh, sorry, you guys. Oh, I forgot I had these little tiny flowers. All right, let me add, I think, let's see here. Keurig in my craft room, for sure. I'm gonna add that one back there. Okay. I am going to attempt to use some Gina K Connect glue. If I can find it. It's like a little skinny tube of glue, but I really like it. But I just don't know how it's going to adhere the chipboard to the photo. Well, I guess we could try this one. The Nuvo, Deluxe Adhesive. All right. I saw this post that it said that you can have up to 20 cups of coffee a day. Recently, I guess. I get worried with myself when I'm like, oh, this is my third cup. I hope my heart doesn't, go crazy. That's crazy. 20 cups a day. A lot of times, if I'm on my third cup, most of the time, I don't really do it for the caffeine itself, to be honest. I do it because I love the taste of coffee. And I'm getting glue everywhere on this picture. All right. My husband has a coworker. She gets like 10 shots of espresso in her Starbucks. Oh my goodness. I cannot even imagine. It's just crazy. All right, let's see here. All right, and if you have any questions while I'm doing this, let me know. Kind of just, I don't like that. I feel like it needs something else, but I just don't know what yet. Oh, I have a little butterfly here. No, that's not going to work there. I forgot I had these pieces. Let's see if I can stick these out somewhere. Might break it a little bit more. When are those art stones coming out? Why are they so expensive? Is there a suggestion for alternatives? Are you talking about these art stones? Yes. I don't know why they're so expensive, but I'm trying to think of an alternative. I would just kind of browse around maybe the kids section of the craft store and see if you could find something. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you guys. There might be something there as well. Sometimes there's some things in the kids section. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit of color to some of these. Did I add that? I didn't. I like that there actually. All right. Oh man. I didn't want to do that. Oh well. All right. Exploded beanbag. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best suggestion, but not the best at the same time. That would be very messy. All right. This white just keeps soaking right into these fabric flowers here, which I don't want, but okay. There it is. Oh, that's a good idea. Fairy stones. Or were you talking about the art stones? or the art pebbles, I mean, not the art stones. Okay, what am I doing? I am adding more color. I forgot for a second here. I'm just going to tear this up. And add this here. I need something bigger. The melange stones, I suggest for those, and I was actually going to mention it, I don't know whenever I remembered, but now that you're saying something. So there is a mold that I got on Amazon, and I was trying to do resin with alcohol inks. And it's like, let me see if I can find it. I think it's just right here real quick. Oh, there it is. All right, so here's this mold here, and I actually still have resin in it. But these, you can get, you can use clay, or I used resin, and that way you can kind of make your own little art melange pebbles. Because I was thinking the other day, because I like to use the smaller ones, and I have probably 5 containers of the big ones still, and I try to use them here and there, but I just really like the smaller ones. And then I was thinking, I don't want to buy another thing of the pebbles just to use a few of the smaller ones. And then I remembered that I had this this mold. So it doesn't have a brand on here, but if you search circle mold, or I don't know, half sphere mold or something. Yes, I will link it in the description later for you guys. And it's definitely well worth it, because I'm surprised that I didn't think of it before. Because I really do like them, and the melange pebbles are pretty pricey, especially if you're only using the smaller ones like I am. So I will definitely have to take a day. I'll probably do clay and not resin, because resin takes so long to dry. But I will definitely be doing that soon, so that I can have some smaller ones. But yeah. So that's my suggestion for the melange pebbles. All right, so we're going to mix some of the aubergine. I like saying that word for some reason. Aubergine. All right, we're going to go in over here, add a little bit of water. And I'm going to let it kind of... I don't want to color the thread either, so I'm going to lift up the thread, and then I'm going to go in close to the frame and then build out a little bit, because I don't want it to be completely purple. I just want a little bit of it purple. Okay, Samantha, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You're going Hobby Lobby now. They might have a mold there, to be honest, and you can use a coupon. Although I don't remember this one being that expensive. Maybe like $5 or something, if I'm remembering correctly. But knowing me, probably not, because I really do have a bad memory. But I don't remember it being ridiculously expensive. I would look in the cake section at Hobby Lobby or the candy section. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm just adding a little bit of the color there. Just so, again, everything kind of flows nicely together. Are they resin? Let's see. I buy the small ones. 7 sizes. Party section. Yeah, I'm still streaming. All right, so I'm gonna go in on the bottom here. And it would have been nice to add some crackle paste actually to these, but that's okay. Kim. Oh no, I got purple right there. I'm going to add a little bit here, a little bit more here. I'm going to add a little bit here. So I'm bringing back a little bit of that color, just kind of going underneath and around. And then I'll go in with the water and help it kind of spread out a little bit. Yeah, I'm almost done too, so. Hey, Jess, how are you? Surprised to see you here. All right. So I'm just going back in where I know it's kind of weird that I'm doing this because I did cover it up, but I didn't realize that all of my embellishments was going to cover up most of all of the darker purple. So I'm just going back in and adding some so that it kind of peeks out from all of those embellishments. And I know. Well, you have been busy, so you're excused. I forgive you. Just this time, though. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Oh my goodness, my stomach. I don't know what it is about doing the live streams, but I normally never really eat, to be honest, like all day. And then when I'm doing the live streams, for some reason, my stomach growls like I'm starving or something. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit here to this one. I'm not one to talk, Jess. I rarely get to catch your lives. I'm always cooking. And I am afraid to bring like my laptop or my phone near me when I'm cooking because knowing me, I would put it on the stove and I would melt it or something. So, yeah, I actually did that. Well, not with a phone, but I did that with a food processor and a cutting board. I didn't realize that the stove was still on. And that's like the only time I did it because I have very bad anxiety about leaving things on. So I'm pretty good about turning things off. And it melted everywhere. We had, this is in our rental, but we had a glass stove top. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. So luckily it all got off, but it was a nightmare. All right. Bye, Mary. Thanks for joining. Right. Same, my cat was doing the same thing earlier. I'm like, really? She never, well, probably because of the kids, but she never really wants me. And I'm the one that feeds her and does all that stuff, cleans out her stinky litter box. But she loves my daughter so much. It's crazy. All right, I think I'm just going to add a little bit to the frame here. And I don't think I have a choice but to spray it on. Going to all right. Yeah, that's what I did. I was so bummed. It was kind of scary too. All right. Do I want to add to here? Maybe just a little bit. Okay. Almost done, guys. Almost done. I think I'm going to add some of the art stones just to give it a little bit more texture. And what I like to do is, what I was saying earlier is that when you add art stones or glitter or like glass glitter, anything like that, and then you kind of bring it up around a lot of the embellishments and bring it down to the project and things like that, it helps kind of tie everything together. And, oh, there it is. Okay, so what I like to do is add soft matte gel. I'm going to add a big glob to here. Not too much, because what I'm going to do, and I found this, the best way to do this is to add the gel to most of where I want the pebbles. So I want them to go from here to the flower to tie all that in together. And then, let's see. I want a little bit here. So I'm just adding a little bit of the gel where I want some of those pebbles to be. And then here. And this all goes back to the focal point. So it all kind of just builds up to that main picture there. And here we go. And then I'm going to add some here. Right here. So what is everybody up to? You know, I've been on for 3 hours. Oh my goodness. This might be one of my longest live streams. Oh, I can't wait to hear the comments later. People do not like, I mean, I always say this, that you have to attend a live stream to kind of like it. For the most part, I know some people like it, like I said before, like in the background while they're working or they're cooking or they're cleaning or whatever. But you kind of have to be at a live stream to enjoy it completely. And because live streams are newer to my channel, a lot of people don't really like them that much. So I kind of get a lot of, not like hate comments or anything crazy, but just people saying that they don't like them or that they, you know, are going to unsubscribe. And, you know, and I try my best to do a shorter version video of the project that I'm doing on the live stream. All right, so now I'm going to mix that gel in with those pebbles, just enough to coat them, and it does dry clear. And then we're just gonna kind of glob it all over where I have that gel already. And you can color these. I'm gonna leave them white or like this beigey color. All right, sorry, I'm not reading the chat. I'm sorry, you guys. I just put live stream first in the title, and then if they watch it, it's their own fault, right? Your lives to be specific. This is so fun. I like hanging out with chatting. Aw, thanks, guys. Hi, Trish. Good morning. Thanks for joining. We're just kind of wrapping up the project here. Just adding the last touches, kind of. I'm sorry, you guys, from coughing. You know, it probably can't sound the greatest in that mic. That mic picks up everything sometimes. All right. Get that on there. There we go. Add a little bit to the picture there. All right, I need to grab a cough drop really quickly, you guys. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you guys. I think it's just because I am talking so much. Add a little bit there. All right. Let's see. Anywhere else? I think that's good, probably. All right. Next, last step is to add, say it with me, everybody. If you've been watching me, you know what I'm going to add. Splatters. Yes. Okay. I know I can't believe that it's been 6 months that I've been doing them. It seems like I just started them, you know? All right, later I will touch up some spots where I got purple where I didn't want it. And purple and gold look really, really pretty together. I have this project here. So I could have added some gold. What are these called? Glass glitter, but decided not to today. All right. Where is my, there it is. And if you don't know, the product that I like the best is the Distress Spray Stain and Picket Fence. And I would suggest getting a re-inker, just so that you can add a little bit more to the bottle, which I did. Okay, I'm going to spray a little bit out here. Right. Or you can just get the re-inker and make your own. Splatter, splatter, splatter. Oh no, I almost dumped it everywhere. I need to get an arm for my mic so that I can bring it closer to my mouth without it being in the way. Because sometimes I feel like I talk so softly that I'm afraid that not everybody can hear me. Yes, it is a round canvas that I started on, and you can get them at Hobby Lobby. And we were kind of talking about building up a focal point on your project. So hopefully I answered any questions. I feel like I talk so much. I don't even know if I did or not, but I hope that I did. So there it is. If you make cards, or she does a lot of gel printing, Jess does live streams as well. I suggest going over there and checking her out. She's definitely a sweetheart. All right, another genuine person. I still need to get you to play Fortnite, Jess. I still don't have anybody to play with. And I did go, I did do random, and I left. I normally never do random because I just feel weird talking to, I know it's kind of weird talking to random people. And it was just weird, like here, like, I don't know, I just feel weird because most of them are like little kids or like moody older men that play, and I don't know, it's just weird. And then of course my son plays with me sometimes, but when he plays, he's mostly playing with his friends. Yes, you need to set it up. All right. Back to the project, when the art stones dry, I will dry brush on some gesso, but I think that's probably it. Here we go. So I hope you guys found it helpful today. I was live for so long today. All right, let's see. There we go. Any suggestions for Sunday stream? Well, of course, Desiree, I appreciate your guys' time as well. I mean, you can never get back time. So for you guys to spend this much time or even just 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever amount of time you've been here, I really appreciate it. Trish, I am sad to say that most of them go in boxes. Eventually I will get some more shelves up and display some of them. But for now, they're just kind of in boxes. Same thing with my layouts. Where is it? It's right here. Oh, I keep knocking my head on my lights. All right. So I have this frame here. It's not going to be able to be in all the way in camera, but I do switch out my layouts from time to time. But other than that, sadly, but my mom comes over a lot of times and kind of goes through projects, and she gives them to friends and things like that. So underwater sea life. Oh, I have my chair. Squeaky, squeaky chair. All right. I have this. Something like this or something else. Obviously not this, but something similar with the seashells and the colors and that sort of thing. See, make another altered hoop. Interesting. Altered hoop. Okay. Aw, thanks, Jess. And I do have I don't know where it is actually, but I have let me see if I can find it. It must be in a different box in the garage. I have so many projects, you guys. It's crazy. Anything altered? I have oh, when I do 3 hoops. Yeah, those are kind of hard. I don't know if I have 3 hoops. I need to see where I can get more hoops. I don't want to pay the few dollars at the craft store because I got them for like 10 cents at um, the thrift store, and they just haven't really had any more. Steampunk and vintage. Okay, Trish. I will definitely keep all of these things in mind, and I guess in a couple days see where my creativity is, I guess. Because I can't, it's hard for me to force something. That's why a lot of times I'm not prepared for the live streams, because to make a project beforehand and then to replicate it, it's hard for me sometimes. So I just kind of, I work best when I just kind of work, um, go with the flow, I guess. So and Sundays are a little bit different too because my family is here, so I can only do an hour ish. I have like this trumpet thing. Let me see. Where'd it go? I just saw it too. Of course, now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. All right. I have these too. I haven't done one of these in a long time. This is from Finnabair. But I have this. This is kind of cool and different. I got it at the thrift store. See. Isn't that cool? All right, I'll see what I can come up with, but no promises. I am going to end, but if you guys have any questions, let me know now so that I can answer them before I go. And thank you, Desiree, for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. And Stephanie for modding. Kelly, Kim, everybody that's joined, Terry for becoming a member. She's been a member for quite some time now. I truly appreciate it. If you want to know more about becoming a member, no pressure at all. I don't want to pressure. There is a join button next to the subscribe button, and you can learn more about what you get. And it's mainly like exclusive content and things like that, access to a Facebook group. And that reminds me, I have to check on that link as well. So any questions before I go? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's so much fun. Honestly, I really look forward to doing these so much. I don't really have many friends like in real life. So hanging out with you guys is awesome. All right, I don't think there's any questions. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. You can share it on social media. And if you are new to my channel, I hope you subscribe. And thank you guys. I will hopefully catch you guys on Sunday. If you can make it, I will stream at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday. If not, next week at the same time, I will be on as well. So thank you guys for joining, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.